Hello, welcome to the Indie Ocean. This is Super Amazing Wagon Adventure, and it was released a few weeks ago on Xbox Live Indie Games for 80 Microsoft points, as so many are. My feelings about this game have been very up and down. At first, I didn't like it that much. I liked its tone and its humour and its style, but I found the gameplay seriously lacking. Almost insultingly basic. But then it started to grow on me as I played it more and I began to embrace the unpredictability, which hopefully I'll show you in a minute. But then it started growing off me again, as I realised that the unpredictability doesn't compensate for what I originally perceived the basic gameplay. So I don't know where I stand on it at the moment. Some people really like it. I find it patchy. I have to be in the mood to enjoy it. Anyway, without further ado, let's press start and head into our super amazing wagon adventure. Like so many games I recommend, this has a whole randomly generated thing going on. I don't see the point in survival mode, to be honest. So let's just start adventure. Gives us the brief lowdown on taking a wagon across the American frontier in the 19th century. We have a randomly generated party here. And they are entirely randomised, and if for some reason you're not happy with them, I mean, it's not like they have different stats or anything, but if for some reason you don't like them, you can re-random over and over until you get a party you're happy with. So, it doesn't matter to me, they're all much the same. So let's press on with it. And we get to choose a wagon. You unlock different wagons as you go along. I've unlocked a couple. The Wild and the Fast, which as you can see is a space shuttle with a cow on the front. But we're going to go with the standard one for the purposes of this video. And it always starts off the same, heading into the forest. And then you always see some animals. And this sort of acts as a tutorial, introducing you to the way this game is basically a side-scrolling shooter. And a very basic one at that. I quite like the whole Atari aesthetic of it, but the gameplay is a little basic. You move up and down, you shoot stuff that's also moving around. Some of them shoot back. You occasionally pick up weapon upgrades. It's, you know, nothing particularly dramatic, and that's what put me off the game at first, and eventually put me off it again. The gameplay is not what Super Amazing Wagon Adventure has going for it, and I can't think of anyone I've spoken to who's advocated it as a particularly strong game. What they always like, this is the other type of gameplay. Every now and then you get off the wagon and it becomes a twin-stick shooter, while you collect things like this. Oh yes, go into a cave. And yeah, all of this is randomly generated, so you won't have the same encounters each time. The key points of the story are the same every time. Like, eventually you'll come across a river and have to decide to cross it and all that kind of stuff. But oh no! Okay, we've lost one of the party. But the exact details between the key points of the story change each time. Okay, we've lost one of our party, that's not great. So let's try jumping over. And it does different things even when you do the same actions. Like here, we tried to jump over the river and landed in the middle of some rapids. But once I tried to jump over the river and went into space. And that's really where the appeal of the game comes from. People who do particularly enjoy it very rarely advocate it as having very strong gameplay. It's always, but it's so unpredictable and random and I like its sense of humour. Yeah, that's fair comment. And I think that will determine how much you enjoy the game. If the sense of humour and all that is all you require from it, then you might really like this game. But personally, I find the gameplay kind of lacking, because this is all there is to it, really. The setting changes, the exact nature of the events alter, but it's really just a very, very basic side-scrolling shooter, with occasional very, very basic twin-stick shooter bits thrown in, and lots of sort of slightly off-the-wall quirky gags and things. So anyway, this is Super Amazing Wagon Adventure. If it seems like you would get 80 Microsoft points worth of laughs out of it, then maybe it's up your street. But personally, how I feel about it depends on my mood. If all I want is a bit of a chuckle, then I give it a go, but otherwise the gameplay's a bit lacking and maybe not worth bothering with. Anyway, thanks for watching, and rejoin me the next time for some more game things. See you then.